Hey everybody, this is Rev J with Rev J Rides. We are heading into the park, me and my wife are, heading into the Grand Canyon National Park. For the first time in our lives together, we're celebrating our 40th anniversary, not on this day, but this trip is part of our celebration of our anniversary. We've tried to do this. We've tried to come to the Grand Canyon together for close to 5 years. The year 2020 was filled with, pandemic, so we didn't get to come then. And then year after year, there's been other situations in our lives. Sometimes it had to do with health issues, not in our personal lives, but in our family members' lives, extended family, parents and so forth. And then last year we had the situation with the church where I didn't know what my future held stability-wise, and we had to wait for God to kind of help us see what the future might hold. So now we're ready to roll. We finally got to do it. It's already pretty scenery around us. Glad to be here. We're about to park and make our way to the Grand Canyon. For the first time as a couple, I came probably, 50 years ago, close to that, by myself, or not by myself, with my parents when I was a child, but not with my wife, obviously. And there it is.
Check this out. There's
what majesty.
Down, wow.
God is such an artist.
Wow.
The things that my eyes are beholding are, it's just a miracle that we could even behold such beauty. I'm glad that God not only made the Grand Canyon, but He made us and our eyes where we could experience the sights of the Grand Canyon. My wife and I really enjoyed this trip. And I know many of you were praying for us that we could make it, and even that the fires would allow us to see it. You can see in some of the pictures some of the smoke, but outside a little bit of that smoke, it was really an awesome time. This was actually the second day, and on the second day we were riding around the rim of the canyon, the south side first, and kind of making our way around the south and then the eastern edge of it. It is pretty now. I will tell you, through this lens, you are not seeing what I'm seeing. It was so spectacular, it would take your breath away. It was amazing to see it. I don't know if it's because of where the camera's mounted on my helmet, or that the camera just can't capture the beauty the way that the naked eye can. But it was pretty. My wife on the back trying to get a few pictures from her vantage point. I've got this camera that's mounted on my handlebars, and you'll see some pictures from there in a moment. And then the one on my helmet. Man, you can see for miles. And what a view it is when you get to see that for miles. It's still amazing to me that even some of the best cameras can't capture what our eyes do. When our eyes are just, they're natural. They're made by God. Take a look at that. My goodness. Kim was oohing and ahhing on the back of my motorcycle. She really enjoyed the views that we were seeing in this area here. And I did too. It's great to be able to see it. So we were going to make our way along this edge, this rim of the canyon here, on our way out. And then eventually we would get into some areas that really neither one of us knew much about, but the area between the Grand Canyon and the Four Corners. As we rode along, we saw views of the canyon and rode through some other areas that were also very pretty. Views that Kim and I had never experienced together. And I don't know if you know this. If you're married, you probably do, but when you get to experience it with your life partner, your spouse, it's so much better than by yourself. So we're out of the canyon now, and we're actually riding through an area of Arizona that neither one of us had been to ever in our lives, as far as I know. I guess my mom and dad could tell me different, but to the best of my knowledge, I've never seen this before. These are the mountains of Arizona, between the Grand Canyon and the Four Corners. Now it's a desert-looking mountain. It's not like in Flagstaff with the forests and everything. There's a few small trees, but not like what we were seeing before. We actually rode to an area called Monument Valley, and I'm sure many of you have been to Monument Valley, but probably you're more familiar with the Monument Valley in Utah. And it's really the same valley. Some of it just stretches down into Arizona. And I'm sure that the monuments are a little bit smaller and so forth, but still pretty spectacular to see with your eyes. The monuments we were able to see as we rode along, I mean, they're amazing. God has created such beauty in our world. Now these monuments and or mountains here, as we got to ride through them, were just so spectacular. I mean, this would have been worth the trip by itself without the Grand Canyon. However, when you get the Grand Canyon and this, man, what a day. This has truly been an epic ride. An epic ride that I got to share with my bride of 40 years. And we finally made it. There it is. There's the Four Corners. We're making sure we're standing in 4 states at the same time. Hey, hit like, share, and subscribe.